Gotta look back at this.
Missing up drugs, now I feel like a chemist. Chasing this money, my fetish. I roll up a gang.
Some of them got really good value right now. You want a lot of opportunities for him. Now, will he be on the field more? I definitely agree.
Smoking gelato was tasting like hooks. I'm on the run cause the fish trying bush. If I got locked up, can I give you my stick? I was your nigga, you was my bitch. We was outside like me, Lilo and Stitch. Man, fuck that, we was like Bonnie and Clyde. And I did everything but just make you my bride. Keeping my pride aside.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, September 16th. Welcome, it's Gator the Fantasy Guy. Hope you guys enjoyed your week 2 matchups. It went really good for me. Out of 13 leagues, I probably won like 10. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning, feeling good. I beat my man's on his birthday. Shout out Yaga. But you know I had to do that to you, bro. Cowboys got a W. I mean, what else you want, man? What else do you want, man? But hey, man, we're here. I got a special thing for you guys today. I'm going to mix the studs and duds for week 2. We're going to have some news and updates, and then we're going to cover some waiver wire pickups. I know this is essential for you guys to win your leagues and, see what's going on. There's a couple of injuries, so we're going to talk about all of that. Let's go into the before we get into any of these segments, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also please follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on IG. So yeah, let's get into the studs and duds. Make this real quick. Go ahead, share my screen with you guys, with you good people. No, I don't need to share my screen at all. All right, let's keep on going. So week 2 was kind of filled with a lot of stuff, like a lot of boom games from a lot of people that we didn't suspect. For the quarterback, let's start with the quarterback. Quarterback studs beat Jared Goff. He had 33.9 points. Russell Wilson, he had 30 points. That was a shocker for everybody. Lamar Jackson, normal, 26.3. Drake May, 26.3. That was a good performance. And Mac Jones had 21 points. I put him in here to let you guys know. We will be seeing Mac Jones later on the waiver wire. But in this offense, he's getting it done. And he looked good doing it. So that's for the quarterback. Let's go to running back. Jonathan Taylor, 29.5. James Cook, 26.5. A chain, 26 point. Let's see what he had. 26.2. Javonte Williams. That's the one I wanted to bring attention to. Another good performance from the Dallas running back. That's good work, man. I didn't expect that, but as a Dallas fan, I'm very happy about that. Wide receivers, oh man, St. Brown went crazy. 39.2 points, 3 tubs. It was crazy. Malik Neighbors also went crazy. 37.7. Jamar Chase. This is a crazy week for wide receivers. Jamar Chase, 36.5, big gains. Rome Odunze. I just traded for Rome Odunze this morning. I gave him Swift. He gave me Rome Odunze. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that trade later. But Rome Odunze had 31.8. Let's go to the studs for tight end. Tucker Kraft, what a showing, 24.4. You have to when you own Tucker Kraft, you have to make sure that Tucker Kraft is your main tight end. Don't get confused with I hope you don't own Kyle Pitts and Tucker Kraft, and you're gonna start making bad decisions. Zach Ertz, who's also going to be on our waiver wire again. We need to talk about that, guys. 18.4. Jake Ferguson, 16.8. Jawan Johnson, 15.9. Those are the studs of the week for week 2. Now let's go into the duds, man. Really important. A lot of these are injuries. A lot of these is you're just not getting no work. We'll start with the quarterback. Joe Burrow, 7 points fantasy wise. Michael Penix, 5.3. Justin Fields, 3.9, and got left the game with a concussion. JJ McCarthy, 2.8. Whew, man, that's from 22 to 2. And we're going to talk about him later too. Duds for the running back. Caleb Johnson, 0.1. I think you can drop him. Zach Charbonnet, 1 point. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, 1.7. Derrick Henry, 2.3. That shocked all of us. I think we had a household. Everybody I knew took Derrick Henry anytime tub, and I think we all missed on that. Aaron Jones, 2.3, left the game with a hammy injury. RJ Harvey, man, 3.4. We're going to talk about that later. Isaiah Pacheco, 3.9 against the Eagles. Not a good showing. Duds for the wide receiver, we have Jaden Reed, 0. Leggett, 0.8. Matthew Golden, 1.5. Cortland Sutton, 1.6. That was a shocker. Marvin Harrison, 4.7. Very bad game. Drake London, 5.9. Travis Hunter, 5.2. I just made a video about Travis Hunter on my TikTok. You guys need to go and check it out. I'm against him playing defense if he has 5 points. I think if he needs to play defense, and this is just fantasy-wise, right? If he needs to play defense, he needs to have over 12 fantasy points before you put him on the defensive end. Hot take. Duds for the tight ends. Cortland Loveland. His name's not Cortland. Colston Loveland. 0 points. Mark Andrews, 1.4. I think it's time we bench Mark Andrews, for sure. I made a video about that, too. TJ Hawkinson 2.2. I'm feeling more optimistic now because I know that JJ's not playing. So I think we can get back to some good work. Evan Ingram 2.2. Okay, he was the Joker. They say he's the Joker. He's really the Joker. He's like the seventh option, like really the Joker. But that was it for the studs and duds. Let's go into the news and updates. See what we got going on here. All right, let's get this news and updates over here. All right, for news and updates, guys, very important. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok, I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter. News and updates, man. Downtown living, man, it's crazy. News and updates: Joe Burrow injured his toe. He has toe turf, and it's probably more than toe turf. I think he tore some ligaments in there, but we're going to call it toe turf. Out for 3 months, requires surgery. It's definitely crazy for the Bengals. The Bengals are 2-0 right now, so it's like I think Jake Browning could get the job done, but his matchups coming up are not pleasant. I'm talking about Minnesota. I'm talking about Steelers. Yeah, we're going to look into those matchups. He's definitely a pickup, but we definitely got to look into those matchups. J.J. McCarthy, high ankle sprain, out to 2 to 4 weeks. I feel like it's like a soft benching too, like a quick soft benching. Like you play like trash, but we're not going to bench you. We just going, hey, high ankle sprain. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep on going. Travis, let's see. Aaron Jones, hamstring injury. Jaden Daniel, knee sprain. I think I saw the tackle that might have caused the knee sprain. I think he's still going to give it a go. He didn't leave the game when on Thursday. Justin Field in concussion protocol, per usual. Chase Edmonds signed to the Commanders. I don't think this is a big deal. Definitely watch that for sure. This is all because of the Austin Eckler injury. Austin Eckler did indeed tear his Achilles. Jalen Polk was traded to the Saints. I know, not that big of a deal, but maybe for more like a dynasty feel. If you want to go trade for Jalen Polk, if you think he's any good. Never liked the guy. All right, let's keep on going. That's good. And now let's get into the waiver wire, man. I know that's what you guys really came here for. That's what waiver wire. That's the one that's doing numbers for real. Let's get into the waiver wire, man. I know that's what you guys really came here for. That's what waiver wire. Let's start with quarterback pickups. We have Daniel Jones, 21.3% owned. A lot of us, we probably should have picked up Daniel Jones last week, which I did tell you guys to do. Pick up Daniel Jones. I can understand if a lot of you guys benched him against Broncos. Well, he did good. He did decent versus the Broncos. I think he put up 22 points. So now I feel like he might be matchup proof. He's the number 2 quarterback. He's the number 2 quarterback this year so far. Doing good. Definitely pick him up, especially with all these quarterback injuries. I just read off Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, J.J. McCarthy. I just read off a whole bunch of quarterbacks that are injured right now. Jaden Daniels. So, I mean, this is prime time to pick him up. I think he's a must pick up if you don't have a quarterback or if you have one of those injured quarterbacks. Mac Jones, 1.4% owned, had a good showing. He is playing the Cardinals this week, so I think it's a good pickup. I think it's a good stream. Drake Browning, if you do own Burrow, just go ahead. He is 0.1% owned. You can go ahead and pick him up. I wouldn't burn a waiver wire on him off the strength just because. And Mac Jones, I wouldn't burn a waiver wire on Mac Jones. Daniel Jones, I would consider burning a waiver wire for. I mean, the matchups coming up for Jake Browning is pretty bad. His next 4 games are just not the best. So if you can just find him and pick him up off of free agency, just free, yeah, I think that's a good pick. And I think if you're the Burrow owner, you don't have to like waste a waiver priority on Jake Browning. I think if he's there in the morning and you see him, you pick him up. Aaron Rodgers, 13.1% owned. He is facing New England. I think that's a way better matchup for him than the Seahawks. Their defense is crazy. And Sam Darnold, 7.3% owned. He had a good showing against the Steelers. I forget the matchup who he's facing, but I think it's a good matchup, and I think he can, just for streaming purposes, don't waste your waiver wire on him. If you're in a super flex fab, I mean, then now you're talking. You got to put some money up for a good quarterback, especially with all these quarterbacks down. But let's keep on going. We're going to go into the running backs. It wasn't a lot of work on the running backs. There's some key running backs that I did see that I think you guys need to pick up ASAP. Bayshall Tutin. He is the backup to Etienne now, but Etienne, we've seen Etienne. He's been hurt before, and he's the main running back. So the chances of him getting nicked up or dinged up or cracked ribs is very possible. So Bayshall Tutin is 40% owned. You need to have him in all these. After this week, he's not going to be on the waiver wire no more. And he even scored a touchdown during the game. So after this week, you're going to miss it. It's not going to be there for you no more. Quinshon Judkins, he is over 50% owned. I just wanted to bring awareness to him. He's 57% owned. That means you guys are still not picking up enough. So you guys need to pick him up enough. You need more pickups for Quinshon Judkins. If you see him, just pick him up. Now, the running back room is kind of awkward. Quinshon Judkins had 10 points last week. Jerome Ford had 10 points last week. It was a blowout game too. And Sampson had 10 points last week. They all had 10 points. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be quick to start these players, but I think he definitely need to be picked up. Tyler Algier, 34.1% owned. He is firmly the backup behind Bijan Robinson. Now, granted, watching Bijan Robinson, this guy is amazing, bro. Let me tell you guys. I did an over 97.7, over 97.5 yards all purpose for Bijan Robinson. And I've never, as a bettor, I've never been the happiest. Like, he is so efficient, he is so used. They use him so much. But Tyler Algier, if Bijan is to ever go down, you need that. Woody Marks at 8.1% owned. Damian Pierce was a healthy scratch. That's all we need to know. Woody Mark is going to be the backup. Kyle Moningai, okay, 2.2% owned. I'm not burning a waiver wire on Kyle. The only person on this list I would consider burning a waiver wire is Quinshon Judkins and Bayshaw Tootin. Those two players I'm willing to burn a waiver wire on, for sure. Kyle Moningai, 2.2% owned. He's going to be the backup. He's the one that got the work. Roshan was healthy and didn't get no carries, so that's speaking a lot. And there's the running back room for the Commanders. I want you guys to really pay attention to this, right? Chase Edmonds, 0.1% owned. Do not burn a waiver wire on that. Jeremy Nichols, he's 0.1% owned. Chris Rodriguez is 1.1% owned. In the morning, if you can fit one of these guys, unless Chase Edmonds should be last on this list, if you can fit Chase Edmonds in this list, that would be great. If you make him your last priority, you want to Chris Rodriguez, Jeremy Nichols. If you can pick them up for free, pick them up. I do not know how much work they want to give Bill. Bill is still a rookie. I know Bill is probably the best running back in the room, but he's still a rookie. If you watched the game yesterday, Genty was making like rookie mistakes. The ball's here, he's on this side. So rookies, I'm not trusting rookies, and that's going to be one of the takeaways that we're going to talk about after this waiver wire. Let's keep on going. Wide receivers, Troy Franklin, 2.1. The last game he had six targets. This game he has like 8 targets. Am I in love with it? Would I burn a waiver wire on it? No, I won't burn a waiver wire on it. But I think he's a good addition. Him and Bo Nix, they played together at Oregon before, so there's some chemistry things that's going on. Take a look into it. 2.1% on. I think he's a good pickup. Alik Iomaner, my African brother, Toby Yaga has been stamping him. 7.8% owned. I'm not burning a waiver wire on him. If I can pick him up in the morning, sure. Keyshawn Boutte, same thing. 26.3% owned. He had another tub. I mean, he had a good performance week 1. He had 1 target last week, 1 tub. I mean, I'm not in love with it because that shows me the targets are just everywhere. And it might not be on his side this week, or last week. But either way, I think he's a good add to your team if you're looking for more depth. Let's actually see if they go to him again. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the biggest one on the waiver wire, and this is one I would consider burning my waiver wire for. Cedric Tillman, 46.9% owned. First game, 8 targets. Second game, 7 targets. Joe Flacco and him have a good rapport. I believe last year when Joe Flacco was playing, there was a moment of greatness they had. They had three games of total greatness. Definitely tap into that. Calvin Austin, still the wide receiver 2 for the Steelers. Didn't have a great game last week, which is fine. 13.5% owned. Go pick him up right now. He's still the number 2. And Aaron Rodgers was speaking about him. He did make a mistake in the end zone, but Aaron Rodgers speaking highly about him. Aaron Rodgers said he's a lovely kid. He likes him. So that's cool. And sneaky pick, don't wish your waiver wire on this. Dontavion Wicks, 0.2% owned with Reed injured with the collarbone. I don't see why not give it a shot. I mean, but you know how the Packers go. I've been told you guys about the Packers. There's no true number 1. I would just throw him on the bench, see how that goes. You know, I'm not even telling you to start him. All right, cool. And tight ends is pretty simple, same thing. There's no special new tight end that popped up this week for me. Harold Fannin, 27.7% owned. Still, go pick him up. He had another good game. 9.8 at the tight end position is not bad. You know what I'm saying? Go and pick him up. Again, he's getting used. Jawan Johnson, 48.2% owned. Still, did you guys not learn from week 1, week 2? Come on, guys. Pick him up. He's this number 2 option after Olave, who's always hurt. Zach Ertz, 50% owned. Last week we were at 40% owned. This week we're at 50% owned. Not bad, but 50% of leagues still have him on the waiver wire. Go and pick him up ASAP. And I'm sure that would change after this week. He did go off this week. He had 18.4 points, and he definitely was a tight end stud. So definitely check that out. And that is going to be it for waiver wire for week 3. For Jawan Johnson, Zach Ertz, and Harold Fannin, if you're at need at tight end, and you should be because some people have Andrews, go and pick them up and burn a waiver wire for these guys. Like, these are good tight ends that are getting good work. Okay. And I know I just told you to pick up a whole bunch of players. Now you need to be looking at some players that you need to drop. Drop candidates is kind of low right now. I have Caleb Johnson. I think you can drop him. Xavier Leggett, go ahead, drop the guy. Jaden Blue, healthy scratch. Go ahead and drop him. Thielen, I told you guys you can drop Thielen last week. Not a great showing this week. New quarterback coming in with Carson Wentz. We're going to see how that works. All right. And before we leave, I just want to give you guys some takeaways about week 2, okay? Are we still starting Mark Andrews? For me, no. I think you got to bench him. All those tight ends I told you, I would start them over Mark Andrews next week. It is not that Mark Andrews can't go off. Yes, he can. Now, guessing when he's going to go off, it seems like it's going to be a problem. 1.3, 1.8, 2 weeks in a row. 1 week he got 3 targets, 1 week he had 1 target. It's like he's not been getting work in this offense. Fantasy value for Viking players. TJ Hawkinson is struggling. Jefferson for my number 1 round pick, he is struggling. It's like the offense is not looking good. So hopefully Carson Wentz can come in and change some stuff. I was kind of worried about that, but then the news broke about JJ missing some games. Let's see what Carson Wentz can do. This always happens. It seems like this happens every other year. Major quarterback injuries is happening, bruh. Start stashing backups. If you feel like you need to stash a backup, start stashing them. I already had Carson Wentz on my bench because I didn't think JJ was good enough. So start stashing these quarterbacks and don't burn a waiver wire on it. Just pick them up, stash. The quarterbacks are going down. Tyrod Taylor might not be a bad pickup as well. So start stashing these quarterbacks is ASAP. And another thing, the last thing I want you guys to take away from this, me and my boys, we've been laughing about this, something really serious. ADP for RB running backs, for rookie running backs. This year, they gassed most of the RBs, and we all took them at very high spots. I'm talking about Travion Henderson, who's not really performing like that. And we took him in the 4th round. RJ Harvey, 5th round. Caleb Johnson, 5th, 6th round. Like, hey guys, we overshot on these running backs. You should have took Zach Charbonnet. You should have took Ramondre Stevenson. You should have took Dobbins in the later rounds. So this is a learning curve for all of us. That's like the early hype on RBs, and especially rookies RBs. We need to slow it down. In Dynasty, I have no problem with it, right? Because I think all these players are solid players. In Dynasty, great. Redraft, I think a lot of us reached on those type of players. I didn't, but it's something that we can all learn from. So pretty much this is the end of the pod. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for tapping in with me, guys. I really do appreciate you guys. Give me a follow. I really appreciate y'all. I'm probably going to start a Discord soon so I can get more of the fantasy community going and, we can have more chats. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on IG. We're still dropping content. Man, it was a great week. Won your leagues. Hope you guys won your leagues. If you're 0-2, don't stress. Stay blessed and pick up some players, man. Make some trades, man. Do something. You just don't want to go out. Don't down your shield, man. Make some trades. I'm always making trades. I'm always good for a trade. So you already know, man. You guys stay blessed, and I'm going to see you guys on the flip.